Buying a Robinson R44 in 2026 is either the smartest financial decision you will ever make in aviation or the fastest way to lose your pilot license and your life savings. And honestly, it all depends on what you do not know. Forget the glossy brochures. Let us talk about what the 2026 Robinson R44 Raven II is actually like to own, to fly, and to maintain, especially when you stack it up against its biggest direct rival, the Bell 505 Jet Ranger X. Today, we are ripping apart the spec sheets, the price tags, and the real-world flight experience to show you exactly what you get and what you lose when you buy this machine.
Let us start with the single biggest factor for any buyer, and that is the price. In 2026, a brand new Robinson R44 Raven II with standard equipment lists for exactly $646,000. Now, if you look at the Bell 505, you are going to pay a massive $1.44 million base price. Why did Robinson choose to keep the R44 priced so far below the $1 million mark? The answer is simple: market dominance. Robinson knows their main buyers are private owners, flight schools, and small businesses. They engineer this helicopter to be highly accessible. They strip away the unnecessary luxury tax of aviation to give you raw flight capability. They use simpler manufacturing techniques and avoid the extreme costs of turbine engine production.
But how does this massive price difference actually impact your ownership experience? It changes your entire financial life. With the Bell 505, you are paying for incredible turbine reliability, but your insurance rates, your routine maintenance checks, and your upfront loan payments are extremely high. With the R44, you get an aircraft that you can actually afford to fly every single weekend without going bankrupt. However, Robinson enforces a strict rule that you must understand. The R44 requires a complete mechanical overhaul at 2,200 flight hours or 12 years, whichever comes first. Why do they force this 12-year calendar limit? Because it is a piston-powered machine with metal components, belts, and blades that stress, corrode, and age over time, regardless of how often you fly it. How does this affect you in the real world? If you buy a brand new 2026 model and keep it safe in a climate-controlled hangar, only flying it 50 hours a year, you will still have to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to rebuild the engine, transmission, and rotor blades in the year 2038. This rule forces you to actually use the helicopter constantly to get your money out of it. You have to fly it to make the math make sense. The Bell 505 does not have a strict calendar limit like this for its major components, which makes the Bell a much better investment for pilots who fly very few hours. But if you fly regularly, the R44 remains the undeniable king of low hourly operating costs.
Now, let us talk about the absolute heart of this machine.
The 2026 R44 Raven II uses a Lycoming IO 540 6-cylinder fuel-injected piston engine. It produces 245 horsepower. By comparison, the Bell 505 uses a Safran Arias 2R turbine engine, pushing out 505 horsepower. Why is Robinson still putting a piston engine in a modern 2026 helicopter? It all comes down to maintenance access and global support. A turbine engine requires specialized, highly trained mechanics and incredibly expensive parts. A Lycoming piston engine is basically a highly advanced, massive car engine. Any certified aviation mechanic anywhere in the world knows how to work on it.
How does this impact your time in the pilot seat? It changes the entire way you fly and interact with the machine. The Bell 505 has a system called FADEC, which stands for Full Authority Digital Engine Control. You basically flip a single switch and the computer starts the engine perfectly every time. It manages the fuel flow, the exhaust temperatures, and the power limits for you. The R44 makes you work for your flight. You have to monitor the engine temperatures manually, you have to engage the clutch system yourself, you have to roll on the throttle with your hand to keep the RPMs in the green zone.
It makes you a true pilot because you are manually managing the heartbeat of the aircraft. Some people hate this because it means a much higher mental workload, but aviation purists love it because you feel totally connected to the machine. You feel every change in power.
Then we have to look at the fuel burn. The R44 burns about 15 gallons per hour of aviation gas, known as avgas. The Bell 505 burns over 32 gallons per hour of Jet A fuel. Why does this matter? Because avgas is getting much harder to find in remote parts of the world, while jet fuel is used by every commercial airline and is available everywhere.
How does this affect your weekend trips? In the R44, you have to plan your cross-country routes very carefully. You need to call ahead and make sure your fuel stops actually sell avgas. The Bell 505 can land at almost any airport on Earth and fill up without a second thought. But when you look at the final receipt at the fuel pump, you are paying less than half the price per hour to fly the Robinson.
Let us talk about speed, range, and how this machine actually covers ground.
The 2026 Robinson R44 Raven II has an average cruise speed of roughly 110 knots. It gives you a maximum range of around 300 nautical miles before you absolutely need to land and refuel. Now, if you compare that directly to the Bell 505, the Bell cruises faster at 125 knots. Why is the Bell 505 faster? Because turbine engines produce massive amounts of continuous, smooth power, allowing the aircraft to push through the air with brute force, even when the cabin is fully loaded with heavy passengers.
The R44 has a much lighter piston engine, and the shape of the body is basically a large glass bubble with a tail. It is not built to break speed records. It is built to save money on fuel and keep you in the air longer for less cash.
How does this 15-knot speed difference actually impact your travel? On paper, 15 knots does not sound like a huge deal to a non-pilot. But if you are flying a long cross-country trip that lasts 3 or 4 hours, the Bell 505 will put you on the ground, unpacked, and inside your hotel room before the R44 even starts its final landing approach. Time is money in aviation, and the Bell saves you time.
However, we have to talk about the quality of that flight. Because the R44 flies a bit slower and has that massive, clear bubble canopy up front, the visibility is better than absolutely anything else in its class. You get a completely unobstructed panoramic view of the world directly in front of you and straight down past your feet. In the Bell 505, the thick cockpit structure, the large digital instrument panel, and the door frames block your view much more. So yes, the Bell gets you to your destination faster, but the R44 gives you a much better view of the actual journey. When you are flying low over a coastline or navigating through narrow canyons, that visibility is worth far more than saving 20 minutes on a flight.
Moving to the outside, you will notice the Robinson R44 has a very distinct two-bladed, semi-rigid main rotor system that spans 33 feet across. The Bell 505 also uses a two-bladed system, but they behave and feel very different in the air.
Why did Robinson design the R44 with this specific two-blade semi-rigid setup? To save weight and save space. The entire design goal of the R44 is to keep the helicopter incredibly light and mechanically simple. With only 2 blades, you can easily slide this helicopter into a standard small airplane hangar without having to fold multiple heavy blades back. This simple engineering choice saves you thousands of dollars in hangar rent every single year because you do not need a massive space to store it. But how does this rotor design actually perform in the air? The R44 is highly responsive. It feels exactly like a lightweight sports car. When you move the flight controls, the helicopter reacts instantly. However, this semi-rigid design comes with a massive warning label that every pilot must respect. It is vulnerable to something called mast bumping in low-gravity situations. If you fly fast over a steep hill and push the nose down too hard, the helicopter becomes weightless for a second.
In that zero-gravity second, the main rotor hub can lose its tension, tilt wildly, hit the main metal mast, and break the entire rotor system off the aircraft. The Bell 505, with its heavier, more advanced rotor system, feels much more planted and stable, especially in bad windy weather. The Bell pushes straight through the wind, whereas the lightweight Robinson rides the wind. You have to fly the R44 with smooth, careful, and precise inputs.
We also need to talk about the fuel tanks on the exterior frame. The 2026 R44 comes standard with bladder-type crash-resistant fuel tanks. Why did Robinson make this permanent change from the older aluminum tanks they used decades ago? Because the old aluminum tanks had a fatal flaw. In a hard landing, the aluminum would tear open, spill highly flammable avgas over the hot engine exhaust, and cause a massive fire. How does this new bladder design change things for you today? It gives you absolute peace of mind. The bladder is made of a thick, flexible rubberized material that absorbs the impact of a crash without tearing open. It drastically increases your chances of walking away from a bad landing without a scratch.
Let us step inside the cabin. The R44 is a 4-seat helicopter. You get 2 seats up front and 2 seats in the back. The Bell 505 is a larger 5-seater. But here is where you have to look past the marketing numbers and do the real math. The R44 has a useful load of roughly 995 pounds. Why does this number matter so much? Because that 995 pounds has to include the weight of your fuel, the pilot, the passengers, and your bags. Fuel is heavy. It weighs about 6 pounds per gallon. With the main and extra fuel tanks completely full, you are carrying around 180 pounds of fuel. That leaves you with roughly 815 pounds for the people and the gear.
How does this actually play out on a weekend trip? If you put 4 adult men who weigh 200 pounds each inside the R44, you are instantly at 800 pounds. You now have almost zero weight left for any baggage, and you are pushing the absolute maximum structural and power limits of the helicopter. In the real world, the R44 is a perfect 3-person helicopter if you want to carry full fuel and bags. It is only a 4-person helicopter if 2 of the passengers are small children. The Bell 505, with its massive turbine power, handles heavy passenger loads far better and gives you a much larger rear cabin, so you don't have to leave your heavy bags sitting on the runway.
When you sit down in the pilot seat of the R44, the first thing you notice is the unique T-bar control stick. Instead of a normal cyclic stick coming straight up from the floor between your legs, like in the Bell 505, the R44 has a central post between the 2 front seats with a horizontal bar that swings left and right to whichever person is flying.
Why did Robinson engineer the controls this way? To make getting in and out of the helicopter incredibly easy, and to give both the pilot and the passenger dual access to the controls without adding heavy extra metal parts to the floor. How does this impact your flying experience? Honestly, the first time you fly an R44, it feels very weird. Your hands are confused because the stick pivots from the center, not from the floor. But after a few hours of flying, you realize it is a very smart design. You can rest your right arm directly on your leg while holding the grip. On a 3-hour cross-country flight, the R44 is much more comfortable for the pilot's arm than holding your arm mid-air to grip a traditional floor stick. Next, look at the instrument panel.
The 2026 R44 offers optional glass digital screens, but it still heavily relies on traditional round physical gauges in its base model. The Bell 505 comes standard with a massive, highly advanced Garmin digital screen system. Why does Robinson keep the old-school physical gauges? Because a huge portion of their buyers are flight schools, trying to keep repair costs and purchase costs as low as possible.
How does this impact you as a pilot? When you learn on physical gauges, you are forced to look outside the window. You learn to fly by feeling the helicopter move, listening to the pitch of the engine, and looking at the actual horizon. The Bell 505 provides so much vibrant screen data that pilots often end up staring down at the screens instead of watching the sky. The R44 strips away the digital distractions and makes you a better, more natural pilot.
So what is the final verdict on the 2026 Robinson R44 Raven II? It is not the fastest helicopter in the sky. It is not the biggest. It does not have a fancy push-button turbine engine or a massive payload limit like the Bell 505, but it is the undisputed champion of reality.
The Bell 505 is a corporate machine built for companies with deep pockets and professional pilots. The R44 is built for the individual. It is built for the person who wants to wake up on a Saturday morning, open their own hangar door, check their own machine, and take off into the sky without needing a corporate business budget to pay the fuel bill. Yes, you have to manage the engine temperatures manually. Yes, you have to strictly respect the weight limits and the limits of the two-bladed rotor system. But that is exactly what makes it so rewarding to own. You are not just a passenger pushing computer buttons. You are a true pilot manually flying an aircraft. It remains the absolute best entry point into four-seat helicopter ownership in the world, and no turbine alternative comes close to matching its true financial value.
Subscribe to the channel right now to see our next review.